Woman finds something strange under the table. A stranger suddenly breaks into the house. She holds her breath, afraid to make a single sound. Even worse, there's more than one man in the house. If she gets discovered, Daisy is done for. Seeing the men seem to leave the living room, she seizes the chance, planning to escape first, but she doesn't expect one man to turn back. She panics and crawls back under the table. Only when the man finds nothing unusual, Daisy slowly rises from under the table. But just as she is about to run, the sound of boiling water suddenly comes from the kitchen. In a panic, Daisy carefully slips into the kitchen cubicle. Thankfully, the men don't notice her, but when the burner of the kettle is turned off, a bearded man spots Daisy's clothes. The men are confused. They clearly got word that the woman went to a funeral. Now the three of them can only split up and search. The kitchen guy notices the cubicle, but when he reaches out to open it, Daisy has already vanished. By now she has used the layout to reach a bedroom on the second floor, but she doesn't know the bearded man is heading that way too. Her heart tightens. She has no idea what to do now. When the bearded man pushes the door open, he finds the room empty. Only when he looks deeper does he see a storage room, and Daisy is hiding in the corner. The bearded man searches all over the storage room. Daisy beside him is too scared to move. Seeing she's about to be discovered, Daisy can only run for it. She sprints all the way to the hall, but as she steps out the door she freezes. Her eyes fill with fear. The man beside her is confused. She clearly has a chance to escape, yet she stands still. Seeing this, the man quickly shuts the door. He doesn't know why Daisy is acting like this, but the priority now is to get the money. He hears from his friend that today is Daisy's brother's funeral, so they assume no one is home and decide to rob the place. But who would think Daisy wouldn't attend her own brother's funeral, and won't even step outside her door? The leader urgently asks where the safe is, but Daisy stays silent. Helpless, he assigns the beard guy to watch Daisy, while he and the long-haired guy start searching. But no one expects what the beard guy does. He wonders why Daisy won't step out, so he opens the door, forcing her to try walking outside. But Daisy is clearly struggling, which makes the beard guy even more curious. He grabs Daisy, ignoring her struggle, and drags her toward the door. Daisy is too weak. She can only be dragged to the doorway. Suddenly her vision blurs. She crawls helplessly, trying to get back inside, but the beard guy blocks the way. Thankfully, the leader rushes over. He lifts Daisy up. Their goal today is money. He doesn't want more trouble. He stabilizes Daisy, urging her to hold on, but Daisy suddenly loses control of her bladder. The leader has no time to care. While Daisy is dazed, he asks where the safe is. Once he learns it's in the basement, he drags her inside, calling the long-haired guy to look after her, then heads to the basement with the bearded man. But while they search for the safe, "I'm sure you underestimated Daisy." The long-haired guy tries to be caring, offering Daisy clean clothes, but as he talks softly, Daisy uses the chance to stir up conflict. She claims he's just the leader's lackey. Under Daisy's provocation, the long-haired guy starts losing control. They struggle in the room. Just as Daisy is at the edge of collapsing, her boyfriend arrives. He yanks the long-haired guy away, demanding answers. Why he is hurting his girlfriend. But during the argument, Daisy realizes her boyfriend knows these men. She breaks down and runs out, leaving the two men arguing. Suddenly the big bearded guy punches. If the boyfriend hadn't said Daisy wasn't home, they wouldn't be struggling to find the safe. After discussing, they decide to find Daisy first, before she calls the police. Daisy hears all of this. She runs toward the bedroom, and hides in the bathroom. But the long-haired guy follows. He notices the bathroom. He sneaks toward it. Inside, Daisy hears him and blocks the door. But the long-haired guy is too strong. She is shoved into a corner. Seeing her life in danger, she grabs a pair of scissors. The stab hits the long-haired guy's vital spot. Daisy is shocked, but her eyes turn fierce. She drags the long-haired guy to the basement. When the two men in the living room hear the noise, they find blood everywhere. They sense something is terribly wrong. They go down and find the long-haired guy lying there. The beard guy notices something. He opens a door. Daisy appears, but when he chases, the iron door closes. No matter how hard they kick, it won't open. While they are confused, Daisy reaches the hall and shuts the door. She goes to a switch, pulls the lever. The basement stairs trigger a mechanism. The two men are stunned. The stairs instantly turn into a flat board. By the time Daisy arrives, the two are stuck below with no way up. Daisy then goes to her boyfriend. She loves him, but he betrayed her, told his friends about the funeral, pushing Daisy into danger. She ignores his excuses, drags him to the basement. No matter how he begs, she pushes him down. He breaks his knees on impact. Daisy feels no pity. Expressionless, she goes to a control room, puts on a headset, and watches the basement camera feed. Her boyfriend screams in pain. The beard guy tries to help him. Snapping his bone back makes him howl. Daisy feels pity for a moment, but quickly turns cold again. She sneaks down, opens the door, places a signal device, then tells the leader that the boyfriend needs help to check the bedroom for medicine. But the moment he steps inside, Daisy hits the signal. The lights turn on. The iron door slams shut. He realizes too late. The beard guy is stunned. How does Daisy have all these traps? Looks like they might not make it out alive. Meanwhile, the leader panics. He's trapped in a cozy room. He doesn't understand why. Searching everywhere, finding nothing unusual. The beard guy hears him calling, but the iron door has no handle. He can't open it. The beard guy is stuck. He finds a large rock, goes to another door with a handle. He breaks it open, but he doesn't know. Daisy sees everything. He searches the hidden room, goes deeper, finds tools and ropes for strangling. Before he can react, the lights shut off. He gathers courage and checks behind him, but when he turns the light on, something strange appears. A hole in the wall, with a large space inside. As he relaxes, footsteps sound behind him, but when he turns, no one is there. Maybe he misheard. He goes back to the first room, looks around, but then he drops to the ground, but surprisingly, he stands back up. Daisy rushes to attack, but he pins her down. He grips her neck, just as Daisy is about to lose breath. His wound worsens, blood spills everywhere. Eventually he dies from blood loss. As Daisy struggles to stand, a noise comes from the hall. The door opens. It's the neighbor checking in. Daisy hurries out. When asked about the noise, Daisy says she broke a glass, and walks to the dining table. Glancing at the knives, she acts casual, then quickly grabs a knife, saying she feels unwell, trying to get the neighbor to leave. Meanwhile in the basement, her boyfriend reaches the hole. He is curious about the freezer. He opens it and freezes in shock. A corpse inside. He collapses. Upstairs the neighbor is about to leave, but the boyfriend hears footsteps. He shouts from the hole. The neighbor hears. Daisy grips the knife, says it's just mice. The room turns tense.
Oh, so sweet. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thankfully the neighbor believes her, otherwise she wouldn't leave alive. Daisy returns to the basement. She sets the ladder down. She has more to do. She finds her boyfriend on the floor. She considers comforting him, but he's terrified. She pulls him up, locks him in a narrow secret room, tells him to wait, then opens a painting. A one-way mirror appears. She watches the leader in the cozy room. She presses a switch. Her boyfriend falls into the room. The leader is stunned. What is this place? How does a girl have all these rooms and traps? Before they figure it out, Daisy turns on the speaker, gives the leader instructions. He must wear the clothes in the drawer, or he will never leave. The leader has no choice. He puts on a plaid shirt. He has no idea what awaits. Daisy drops a huge logbook through a hole. The leader sees it. They are both shocked. 10 profiles recorded. Each person once came to Daisy's home. Each heard Daisy or tried something unwanted. Daisy built this basement because she was abused by her stepfather until her brother dealt with him and saved her. So every time someone hurts her, she brings them here, makes them wear her stepfather's clothes and repent. But the leader thinks she's crazy. He doesn't know her trauma. In her mind, once he wore the clothes, he became the stepfather. He lies down arrogantly. Daisy breaks down. She whispers to her boyfriend. She plans to give this stepfather final punishment. She presses a switch. A box opens for the boyfriend. Inside a weapon. Daisy cries, asking him to help her. She wants him to use it on the stepfather. He never expected that the older brother wasn't asleep at all. He came up and shoved the boyfriend away. Seeing Daisy get so deep into character, the older brother also picked up his weapon and started acting. He pretended in front of Daisy that he already knew he was wrong, looking completely filled with lifelong regret. But when he actually raised the weapon and pulled the trigger, he couldn't help but laugh. From the older brother's point of view, Daisy was nothing but a ridiculous clown. And just as Daisy started feeling lost, the older brother calmly aimed the weapon in his hand at the boyfriend beside them. He threatened Daisy to let him out right now, otherwise the boyfriend would never survive today. And Daisy helplessly accepted the threat and pressed the switch. After all, she still had feelings for her boyfriend. However, just when the two had already escaped, the older brother started worrying about being caught, so he planned to burn the house down. But he didn't expect Daisy to see all of this. To put an end to the hatred, Daisy took out all her money, hoping the older brother would take the cash and leave. But helplessly, the older brother insisted on lighting the fire. Daisy was violently slammed to the ground, but she took the chance to grab a glass bottle and smashed the older brother straight to the floor. Then she quickly got up and ran to the second floor, but the older brother was still chasing right behind. Just as Daisy was about to run up, she was tripped directly by the older brother. Then he locked Daisy into a room, but just when the older brother tried to choke Daisy to death, his weapon was exposed. At this moment, Daisy was already on the verge of suffocation. Her boyfriend rushed over to help her, but helplessly he was shoved to the ground. Just as the older brother turned to look at the boyfriend, Daisy seized the moment. This farce finally came to an end. Looking at her stepfather lying on the floor, the hatred Daisy held for years might have finally eased. She didn't continue to hurt the boyfriend. Instead, she chose to let him leave alone. This film also reached its ending. Daisy broke through the barrier in her heart and walked out of this nightmare-filled house. She finally lit the lighter, choosing to burn everything to ashes. Her eyes were filled with hatred, and that hatred would fade with the flames. Next, she left the home she had been away from for 20 years.